And welcome to everybody. I was trying to sort of envision this evening and thinking, where's the tone going to lie? And we're somewhere between Graham Norton and Piers Morgan, I think. So if we can start off with that kind of tone, that would be great. Some of you will know me. My name's Emma Cowley. I'm a podiatrist and I work here. I'm a lecturer in podiatry at Plymouth University. And I have the onerous task this evening of interviewing our two guests, which I hope will be as thrilling for you as it will be for me. However, we do have some slightly mundane things to get through to. First of all, housekeeping being the first. So the first thing is we do have loos quite close by. If you haven't found them already, they're just out of the door across the hallway to the right as I'm looking out now. But there is a disabled loo out there as well. We're not expecting any fire drills tonight, so if you do hear the alarm, it is real, and we have been advised that the fire exit, the nearest fire exit, is again very near where I've just instructed you for the loos over there. And our fire marshals will instruct us at where to muster in the event of, hopefully, no fire. Finally, could I ask you please to switch your phones to silent or preferably off, just so that we can really focus on this immersive experience this evening and enjoy it without interruption. I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Firefly Custom Made Orthotics, who unfortunately aren't able to be here with us this evening. They are over in Ireland, but we are so grateful to them for sponsoring us and for bringing some highlights to this event down here in Plymouth from a slightly international point of view. One thing you may notice is my colleague here, Sally Aby, who is holding a phone. She is allowed to keep the phone on because we're periscoping the event tonight. For those of you that don't know what periscope is, it's basically a way of broadcasting an event to the world, basically. So with that in mind, if I could ask you to not swear near Sally, that would be great.
I always ask that.
And just please be mindful that obviously if she's pointing the camera at somebody, it's because she's trying to capture a view. Try not to walk in front. But really apart from that, it's just to be aware that she is broadcasting. And so anything you say may be picked up by the microphone. Okay, who's a podiatrist in the room? Stick your hand up. Or a trainee podiatrist as well. We've got a fair few. So some of you may or may not be aware that we do have a Forensic Podiatry UK Facebook page. If you are on an HCPC registered course or indeed a podiatrist, you are okay to join that group. So please do look us up on Facebook and I'll look forward to accepting that request. We're trying to raise the profile of forensic podiatry, hence this whole event tonight. So I think without further ado, I will go and take my seat and I'm going to ask Haydn Kelly please to come and join me over on the chair here. You give Haydn a round of applause. This is the Piers Morgan bit, I think. We've got no flippy chair, by the way, for the ground notes. Hayden, thank you so much for coming back to see us here. It's how many months since we last saw you down here? Just 3 or 4, is it?
It was June the 11th.
And you did the Crime Watch Roadshow, didn't you?
Yes, there was an event I was asked to participate in for those of you who don't know, the Crime Watch programme, or the Crime Watch Roadshow that runs out of the BBC studios in Cardiff. And in addition to the events of that very early start that day, I then came back to Plymouth to discuss some of the events around today, this evening.
I think probably the best way to show people is with your presentation. So if you wouldn't mind, would you go and roll your presentation for us?
Yes,
and
we're
then we'll
delighted to.
see where we get.